Hey guys, so I'm back again and I just wanted to have more conversation with you guys. So I was kind of iffy about talking about this with you guys, but you guys know how I am. I just I'm taking the risk. So anyway guys, before I get started, I'm going to let you guys know that I am going to be talking about investments. I am going to be talking about the way that I collect and the way that I perceive things. So it is going to be a very opinionated video. So if you don't like my opinionated videos, then maybe you might want to check out one of my feeding or changing videos or something like that. Don't leave my channel, just look at another video on my channel. I'm going to talk about a couple things, and it'll probably be a little random because I didn't even think this through all the way. But make sure that you are subscribed. Make sure that you not kick it. Well, if you gotta kick it to get it clicked, then do what you want to do, girl. What? No, but click that subscribe button. Click the thumbs up and make sure you click the bell so that you get notifications when it's working. Let you know that I'm doing a video. But I was wondering if any of you guys have became concerned with that mostly, I guess it mostly pertains to silicones, but I think it would pertain as well to reborns. Like, say for instance, you know, my question is, do you ever get concerned that if you hold on to a baby for a long time, the value will drop because no one will be checking for that doll or looking for that particular sculpt anymore, that style of baby anymore, and you feel like you need to make a decision if you're going to keep the baby forever or sell it, or do you just don't worry and just say, hey, you know what, if I lose a whole bunch of money down the road, is that okay? You know, I'm okay with that. Because I've seen like a couple people, you know, panic. And when people started coming out with the full, you know, body babies that's poured in all one piece, began to start selling off some of their older silicone babies, or now they're into where most of the dolls are poured super soft, versus the regular just Equaflex 20, Equaflex 30, Equaflex 10, whatever. Now, you know, I've seen people, now they're pouring in soft silicone mix, even for like kids such as Puck, which Puck is poured in Equaflex 20. He's still very soft. His core isn't as soft as, you know, some, it's still squishy, but not as squishy as like when I've had the actual Claritella dolls, and definitely not to the point of where the ones that is really up there, the ones with the squishy tummies and spines and all that stuff. It's different levels, different price ranges, of course, that attach themselves to all those extra features and details. But I was just wondering if you guys ever get concerned with that, and what's your take on that, as well as like reborn. Say for instance, like everybody is going crazy over Saskia by Bonnie Brown or Levi by Bonnie Brown. You know, the Gabby Gales by Claritella is a nice hit right now as well. You know, there's always a new kit coming out, and I was wondering like if you guys feel like pressured like to try to keep up with the newest thing, not so much of trying to be popular, but the fact that you feel like your older dolls are steadily losing value as they come out with new stuff. I was viewing it that way at one point, but I'm to a point now where I'm more particular about collecting from people that I value their sculpting styles, I value their art, and I'm wanting to hold on to my collection a lot more. And I feel like if I'm a real collector, I want to be one of those collectors that I can look back at my collection and say, this was back in this era, this was back in that era. I don't necessarily now at this point want to have everything that's brand new. Not to say that I won't want anything that's new, but I think it changes my perspective on collecting. It's also allowed me to be a lot more content in my collecting as well, versus, oh my God, you know, because before, I won't lie, it's more like an investment. It's like, okay, let me go ahead and move on to something else. So, you know, because before the next ball drop, or, you know, you see what I'm saying? I don't know if that makes sense to any of you guys, but also this is my thought process, and also as well as far as the jointed necks go versus the full body. I think there will always be room for both. I think some collectors are still not sold on the full and all-in-one piece. I think most are, but I do think there's still a lot of people that do still appreciate the jointed neck babies. And I think also, and this is gonna sound kind of shady, but it is not meant to throw shade, but I think as long as Romy Stridham still has jointed necks on her babies and they're still selling for 10,000 plus, I think that the value of the other dolls are still gonna hold, because if they drop the value on, if just having a jointed neck causes a huge reduction in the doll, then what's gonna happen to big artists like that hasn't started pouring in full in one piece? But maybe, you never know. You know, after the doll shows come out, boom, voila, might be a all-in-one piece Romy doll come out. And I know the Romy fans will really probably be excited about that as well. But, you know, I just look at things from investment points. Now, I will be honest. Someone asked my opinion about buying a secondhand baby that had been tampered with, had a whole bunch of different flaws and all that stuff. And when I say tampered with, if you buy a baby from just an average Joe Blow, or, you know, just a rookie, someone that's, I say rookie, but they may not be rookie. They just may be newer, may not have that brand name, that big name like Claire Taylor or Romy Stridham or Joanna Kazmarek and stuff like that. They may just be somebody that's coming out and their work may be, you know, really good. But if you take their doll and you change out like the eyes, or you change the lip color, or you patch something on it yourself, or anything like that, the value drops tremendously for me. And I honestly don't want that type thing. I mean, I can take a boo-boo, a flawed, you know, say the matting isn't, you know, quite there or whatever. It's, you know, not, the matting is kind of gone a little bit or something, but the doll is still not been touched by nobody other than the artist. I would buy one of those dolls faster than I would, or even if it has a small tear or something, but you haven't, you know, tried to repair it yourself or anything. Like, I would take one of those before I take someone like swapping stuff out, and my video is going to end. Well, look like I'm gonna have to stop here.